Okay, so I've been requested to make a video of me cooking because people don't seem to believe that it's me making the food I'm making. So what I'm doing right now is making a fried rice only with what the ingredients I have at the house. So you pretty much got to improvise, with what you got. And let me show you the ingredients I have. I'm working with some fresh garden-grown string beans. I've already chopped up. I kind of got ahead of the game before I started to record. And some cut up bacon. We're going to put some fresh peppers in there, and orange bell pepper, fry an egg, and some rice that I've already made a couple days ago. Some for the dog to help keep his stools firm. Anyways, and, this stuff right here is gold, extremely hot. Be very, very, very cautious how much you put in, but very, very good, very flavorful. Can't read the writing. It's a garlic chili sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and press pause, and then when I get back to you, I'll show you what next step. Right now I'm cutting everything up and frying the bacon. Okay, so I've cut the bacon and the string beans, and I put them in the pan first. The string beans seem to take a little bit longer than everything else. I go on ahead and I start seasoning it from the beginning, and you don't want to cook it on too high of a heat because you don't want to crisp the bacon too much before you get the string beans and everything else cooked in there. You don't want a whole bunch of just like bacon bits. You might as well just buy a jar of bacon bits. So, and then don't mind the little bit of oil that the bacon leaves behind, because it's actually going to be used to, for the rice to absorb a little bit of it and add some flavor to the rice. It's not too much. You only use about 3 strips of bacon, so it's just about enough to kind of coat the whole stir fry, and not be too greasy or too oily, but yet add enough good flavor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut up the rest of the ingredients. And so I've cut the bell pepper and the green peppers up, depending upon how many people you're feeding. Half a bell pepper, 1 to 2 people, maybe a full bell pepper for a little more than that. You go in and add that into the wok there, or pan, whatever you happen to use. And you want to let this simmer for a little bit. You don't want to cook it on too high a heat. Again, the vegetables aren't going to get cooked, but instead they'll get burned. But you want to get a little bit of crispness stuff to them. So, cook it on a medium-low heat, medium-low, medium-high heat, and kind of want to let that kind of just sit for a while before you start adding the rest of the stuff in, because the rest of the stuff is basically, it's already cooked rice, so it's just basically warming it up and getting the flavors added into it. Know that if you want them to help the vegetables cook along a little quicker, you can go ahead and add a lid to the top of your pan, and kind of let the little bit of condensation, of course, from the steam do its work, and it'll help out a little bit faster. Process moving along pretty good. Excuse me. It's only been about 5 minutes since I turned off the video, so this is kind of what your pan's going to start looking like. Let's see if I can get a better angle on that for you. That's what the cooked food is going to start looking like, and you don't want to get it too moist. So you want to take the lid off after a little while to kind of start drying away from the moisture and actually getting a little bit of a char to the outside of the vegetables. Not too much, because you still want some crispiness to the vegetables. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start breaking up the rice, being in clumps, and put it in and add it in. And then actually take that back. What we're going to do now first is you want to put a spoonful. Again, be very cautious with this stuff. Super good, super, super flavorful, extremely, extremely hot. So you go on ahead and, depending upon your palate, I add about that much, and I'm really, ask everybody, really light-tongued as far as hot goes. Love the flavor of it when it comes to heat. You kind of mix that around, and then turn a little bit of a red color. Kind of add, well, that's where I wish we had smell-o-vision, because this smells really, really good. So, okay, and kind of stings the eyes too, because how hot the pepper is. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the heat down just for a little bit, and kind of let it chill, absorb some of that flavor before I start to add the rice. Now I'm going to add a secret ingredient that, unless you have me over cooking it for you, you're not going to be able to add. I just obtained this recipe. It's Old Family taco sauce / any kind of sauce flavor. Lots of things, puts it on lots of things. Anyways, so that's something I add to mine, and it just really puts that extra kick to it for me. I'm going to go on ahead and scramble 1 egg in there, just kind of throw a little bit of the Asian look to it. Also, I like the fluffiness of the egg. Okay, so let me get all that mixed in there, and I'll show you the end result when I'm done. So this is pretty much the end of the video right here. I'm going to show you what yours is going to look like, minus my sauce, of course. So I didn't add it to to the rice. So I'm just going to let you see what it looks like now. And this is pretty much what it comes out looking like. The recipe, it's pretty much by eye, but 1 bell pepper, a couple green peppers, and 3 to 4 strips of bacon, a couple string beans. Seasons I used was salt, garlic powder, or lemon garlic powder, depending upon what's in your cupboard. All the seasoning is pretty much to taste. I season as I go along, so I taste as I go along. Just get that right taste out of it. And so, yeah, this is the end result. And I'd like to dedicate this first video to Denise and her desire for me to prove it on video. So there you go. There is a picture of your stir fry. And start to finish, 15-20 minutes most of the time is chop up vegetables, and that really pretty much is it. The rest is really pretty much easy. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Bye.